Hello there, dreamers. It's me, Delirium Dreamer, and as you can see, I'm not showing my face this week. I'm keeping it more podcast style simply because I want the primary focus of this video to be on Rich's process. We have spent the last couple weeks going into detail about how to prepare your kaiju scene. I will do my best to help guide you through this process and provide pointers when necessary, but I think it's probably best to watch him just put it all together at this point. A lot of what you will see are steps that he has already shown us. The difference this time, he's actually going to add in more scene elements. The perspective he chose to draw in is 1-point perspective. So moving throughout this process, you will see him constantly line things up with his established vanishing point. The square you see in the center is where he has decided his kaiju will primarily be. If he were drawing a piece for completion, he might block this out more, but for demonstration, he has simplified it to show the scale in which he will be basing things around it in. It is important for him to be able to eyeball what size car he needs to draw in relation to the size of his kaiju. I will also make a note here that you can establish a scale chart if you want to, which means you break down how many inches equals a foot in your drawn world, then proceed forward drawing based on how all that breaks down. But that is a math that I do not have time for, nor ever wish to do. So practice is crucial, and both Rich and I just eyeball measurements. His eyeballing is much more refined than mine, but I'm getting there. You also may notice there are seemingly some extra lines from the vanishing point that we didn't review in our previous video. These are the guiding lines Rich will use to help him build up his city. You can have as many and as few guiding lines as you need. It's what you feel is going to help you keep everything within perspective. Some people will use a full gridded sheet of paper to build larger and more detailed cityscapes. So it's important to learn the basics and fundamentals, but at the end of the day, you are an artist. Let your creativity guide you, have some fun. Let the fundamentals elevate your art, not hinder it. I did ask Rich after I drew my cheese man, because I did it before I watched this lesson, and I was like, yo, how do I draw everything in perspective, like down to the smallest shape? My garbage cans be looking wonky, and I know it. I'm wonky and I know it. Dun, 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 dun. Anyway, his most simple of answers was he eyeballs it, which was the answer I both hoped for, but also was afraid of. It meant that I'm right where I'm supposed to be. I have the understanding now. It's just the consistent practice part of it. Mind you, I'm going to love my cheese man piece. I think it's epic, and it's a high improvement to what I've done in the past, but this will not be where I stop my development. Outside of that, I have another workbook in my cart to get called Sketching the Basics by Koos Eisen. He said that this will help as well, and it's a resource he also turns to for guidance when he needs it. Feel free to look into that if you would like to as well. Throughout this series, I want to make one thing continuously clear. Practice is a must if you want to develop any skill. It trains your eyes, your hands, your mind to do things we wish we could do effortlessly. If you talk to any artist, they will tell you to practice. I used to hate the word practice because I felt that practice meant I couldn't move forward since I wasn't good enough to put myself out there. Perfectionism keeping me boxed away, awaiting some grand feeling I am worthy. But no. If this is what you feel compelled to pursue and is what brings you a sense of purpose, draw despite it all. Create despite it all. Because we need creativity and imagination more than ever these days. We need to never stop dreaming and inspiring the world around us to be curious and asking those what ifs. So practice and keep drawing and putting yourself out there. Put that not perfect piece up for sale because it just might be the inspiration someone is looking for. That's all for now, folks. Tune in next week for our final Kaijun workshop video where we go over composition and weight. I met up with Rich to go over a handful of those not so perfect pieces that I have. I want to demonstrate what constructive criticism can look like, as well as help you assess your own pieces and others so we can all continue to elevate our art. Don't you dare stop creating. See you all soon. Bye-bye.